Hello everyone, welcome to Redbest US channel. In this video, we'll look at the latest news on H1B third round lottery that happened late last week. We'll look at if there is going to be like a fourth round, or we'll look at some numbers and all these aspects. So this is what we'll cover in this video: some background of H1B 2020 season, what's happening, and then what just happened with third round lottery, and analysis of if we'll have a fourth round lottery. If you aren't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe for getting regular updates. So firstly, this is the news. This is on USAS website screenshot that tells that there is a third round lottery that was conducted, and the reason for all of that, right? So this is what we will cover in this video. So just for everybody who have been not following, right, this is the background. So we had H1B lottery first round. This happened at the end of H1B registration season. That was between March 9th and March 25th of 2021. And there were about 308,613 registrations filed during that period. And USA selected about 87,500 registrations. So though they believed that 87,500 were sufficient to meet the H1B quota, which is about 85,000, right? 65,000 for regular quota and 20,000 for master's cap. And they gave a filing dates from April 1st to June 30th. But ironically, all of them did not get filled up, right? And just to correct on that aspect, right? There are about 37,000 employers who filed that, and about 48% of the registrations were master's quota. Now, if you look at second round, because they couldn't get enough registrations in first round, they actually had this after the first round, submissions got closed. They ran a second round in July, and there were about 27,000 selected. In total, about 115,217 petitions were selected up to round 2. So if you add up 87,500 and 27,717, that's what you get, right? And they gave filing dates from August 2nd to November 3rd. So many people, usually lost hope, right? There is nothing that's ever going to happen because there was never a third round lottery in the past. So people technically gave up, and we never had this. Even second round was even a stretch by far. So we never had third round lottery. Now looking at all of these things, surprisingly there was a third round lottery that happened, and this happened late last week, November 19th. That's when we had it, and there were over 16,753 registrations that were selected. And in total, if we add up what has been selected so far, the 131,970. So just adding up what has been done so far, right? That's how many are selected for 2022 season. So if you just look at the overall numbers, 131,970 were selected for a cap of 85,000. Yeah, so that is the bottom line. Many of these did not fill. There may be many reasons, right? People did not honor the offers. There were some of them who just filed multiple, and so there was so much of there is a big cry about it. There are some lawsuits as well that the system has been abused. So far nothing has come out because it was only $10. Many people just filed for the heck of it. So there is a lot of debate around this, but in any case, there was a third round lottery, and we had in total we have about 131,000 that are filed so far, and the filing dates are between November 22nd and February 23. So some of the questions are, okay, now the filing dates are now, okay, when will my start date be, right? This is something many people have asked. So the filing, technically the cap has started already. I mean to say the fiscal year for 2022 has already started on October 1st. So your approval date would be as soon as you get it, you're good to start your job, right? So that is the idea. So I don't think there is any wait time there, just like in the first round. So the way you'll be informed is by notification, and most of them should have been informed by now, but the maximum is about a week, right? So you may get, sometimes there are some delays and you may see here and there, but most of them, if you haven't heard by now, the hopes are less. Yeah, so that is the fact. So sometimes there's some glitches, maybe 1 or 2 days here and there, but the maximum is like 3 to 4 days. Yeah, so that's what we have seen in the past. So you just need to go into the registration portal, and there you will see the notification that tells that you've been selected. And the selection notice is pretty standard, right? And it has information of where to file, which service center, and all of that. You need to send a copy of your selection notice and all sorts of details. And if you're filing at a master's quota, you need to you need to submit all the proof related to the master's quota as well. So this is in a nutshell. So in summary, right, what we have done. So what is about third round lottery? It's no different from previous first or second round lottery. Pretty standard, nothing different there. So yeah, that's about it, right? Now, The big question is, will there be fourth round lottery? I mean, this is something now we question because we never had third round, and many people wondered if there will be. So just to look at some statistics, right? So for FY 2021, we had about 124,000 that were selected, and for FY 22, we have about 131,970, close to 132,000, right? So overall, if we just look at the numbers, right, there are about 7,500 petitions, 7,555 registrations selected, more than previous fiscal year, due to various reasons, right, because they couldn't get participation, maybe some of them were, not really real applications, whatever reason. So on a very high level, definitely the first thing is we have much more selected in the first place than last year. So that is one factor to consider. The second factor to consider is the circumstances are much more favorable for H1B holders because it's no travel ban anymore. So as soon as you get you get approval, then all you need to get an appointment, and then you are good to go. So there is no lag between travel as well. So this is one of the reasons you don't need to apply for NIE and all of these complications that we had, since beginning of, early this year, all of these until very recently, right? So that's one favorable factor. And also the market is pretty hot right now in the US, right? There are more employers, many people are switching jobs. So there is more demand, and the market is doing well. So that's why overall these are very, very favorable conditions. So if you were to be selected, it's very, your employer would very likely submit a petition, so the odds of having a fourth round lottery is very, very low, but you never know, you may expect anything, right? But based on my analysis, right, we feel that there won't be fourth round lottery. Of course, we said the same thing in third round lottery, but there is always a first time. Some of these things, you never know, right? But overall, this is what is, folks. So thank you for watching. Do subscribe for getting regular updates.